Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. Today we have a dialogue with my friend who is behind the camera, and it will be really interesting. So let's get started. He will ask me questions, and I will give my best to answer and to help him because he has a lot of questions. So why don't we use that? So maybe it can help some of you. So let's get started. Question is,
Carolina, how do you describe what you do to someone who doesn't necessarily understand spirituality or meditation, or what is it that you do?
Your question.
That was my question, but maybe it can be put a better way, which would be, how do you describe what you do for people?
I want you to ask some like a really question that you want to get answer. So don't ask questions which are like for other people what exactly you do. I want you to ask a question, and I'm saying that to you, that you want to get answer. Just be real, be honest.
Okay.
You have all struggles in your life. So just ask a question like we were doing also right now. Ask a question.
Okay. Carolina, how does one figure out the direction they're supposed to go in life?
So I would ask you, what do you actually want? So what do you want? When you say, I'm not sure where I want to go, I'm asking you, what do you want? When you think about yourself, let's do a little small, like a mental game. So think about your life right now. So close your eyes, if you can.
As I'm walking.
You don't need to close your eyes if you can't. And just think about your current life. How does it look like? Think about everything. Think about everything that you're doing. Take a moment. They could be breath. And just put your imagination to work for you. Just think about your life. Like as a screen on a movie. And it just goes. And you're watching at your life. Now, just blank the screen. Forget everything. Close your eyes again. We're done. And think about what would you love that your life looks like. Imagine a screen in a movie, you're watching the screen. And think about how would you love that your life looks like. What exactly you're doing. What's your attitude? How you walk, how you talk, how your day looks like. How do you perform? What you eat? When you're going to sleep? With whom you hang out? Try to imagine every detail, but not only that. Try to feel that. Try to feel that deep inside of you. How does it feel to walk that way? How does it feel to talk? How does it feel to do the things that you love to do? And now, just switch that and blank the screen again. So we are going on a really important part right now. On the one side of your screen, put your current life. Think about the life that you're having right now. And on the other side, put a life that you want. Take a moment, just put them side by side. So tell me, can you see the difference?
Yeah.
So when you see the difference, are there like a big difference? Or they're just like smooth, like small differences?
I think there are small differences for me.
Small differences.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So when you think about your life and your desired life, there are no big changes, isn't it?
But what was interesting is the feeling you get
Okay.
when you do that. You feel more empowered. You feel like you're on the right path. Where maybe at this point I don't feel that way. But there are changes I need to make in order to get on that path.
You know what's really also like interesting?
So we did a birthday
Now when I
party.
asked you, like, is it like a change big or it's a small change? You said no, it's a small change. For example, when I was thinking about my life, change was huge. So when from my perspective, I needed to really cross the timeline to be able to be there, which is so interesting. Because when you think about the time, everything is now. So your change doesn't require a time. Because with the feeling and emotion, you are that person. So few moments ago, you were that person. You're not any different. You don't want anything around you. You don't need anything around you to give that feeling. You gave yourself that feeling of knowing and having. You don't need anyone and anything. So you gave yourself performance and you got from the inside feeling of being you that empowered you, that version of you, that version who wants and can do everything what he wants. Which is really interesting. Shows you that you don't need anyone from the outside. That you don't need any permission. So what do you think about it?
I think it's interesting because that feeling goes away. That feeling goes away.
Yeah.
It's not like I can just snap back to, oh, I'm that person.
Yeah.
I'm that person consistently. I have to work at that.
Yeah,
And so I guess that's what you talk about when you say, well, it takes work.
yeah. So I believe honestly that you're in much better position than I was. Because the smallest the difference in between your lives, the closer you are. So the smallest is gap, you know? So you don't need to, you're close, really. You don't need to close like a bigger gap. You need to close this small gap. So if you can remind yourself, what I want to do when we talk about spirituality is everyday life. But what I want to do with the people who are also, I want to remind them who they are. Because everyone can be what they want. We're just like forgot. We are living other people's lives and we are doing what other people are doing. We're just like conditioned by society, by our genes, by our environment and everything around us. But we can do actually whatever we want because we have something really powerful inside ourselves, which is our mind, which brings us to the emotions that we can create. And everything what your soul wants is the experience of the life. So everything can change. But if you can remind yourself several times of that feeling, it doesn't have to be like complete imagining. Or it doesn't have to do like the process all the time. If you can get that feeling by doing ordinary things, whatever you love to do, you can move yourself into the state of doing things and embrace that emotion. You're closing that gap all the time. So it's not that you're not doing the work. You're doing work all the time, even when you're asking yourself a question and you don't have the answer, which was awesome. You said, okay, this was like, it was your life. It is not like who you are. Not even moments ago. So you're asking yourself questions. It's also doing the work. So you can do meditation. You can use the tools. You can go to that retreat. Everything will help. But I want to tell you that every time that you move yourself and you move yourself from a state which you're right now to the place where you want to go with everything which you can find around yourself is success.
Mentally and physically.
Yes.
Mentally and physically.
It's really
Yeah.
success because you are closing that gap all the time.
What tools are available to continue to get into that state?
So there's so many tools that you can use, like in general.
Yeah.
And what I realized recently is that every tool works. Just depends what kind of person you are and what you want to use. So what I use is like reprogramming of subconscious mind. I work with the people and I love to work with the people who are not steady in something, whatever you want to choose. You don't have steady monthly income, or you want to achieve like much more in your life. You want to do that. You want to transform your yearly income into monthly. You want to, whatever you imagine, you want to have a beautiful relationship, whatever you want to do, like a beautiful apartment, whatever you choose. And every tool works. So in my life, in my experience, I was just like, honestly, you have to experiment. Honestly, that's what I was doing.
Different tools work better for different people.
Yes. And every tool works, honestly. I was experimenting a lot. Before, I would say, yeah, okay, I have to choose one. And then I was thinking, like, this person is saying that must be true. And then I was like, okay, this person is saying that must be true. But everything works. It just like depends if it works for you. And sometimes in one state of your life, something works. And then you switch yourself and you say, okay, like now this works for me. So the only way how you can know what actually works is by experimenting. So I was going back and forth, and for example, I was saying that I must be honest, work with you is just like constant repetition. Constant repetition every minute, repeating and reminding yourself who you are, where you want to be, and what you want to do, what's your role. Constant repetition, and it's just like never ends.
Well, just like anything, if you're working out physically, if you're working on yourself mentally, just trying to learn a new skill, it's all the same.
It's all the repetition. It's how you build that muscle. It's the only way, because when you think about a little bit more, so you're programmed by 35 years prior. So everything what you're doing today is based on your past. Every decision. So every decision that you're making right now unconsciously, you're doing from yesterday. So you kept repeating the circle. So in order to change something, you have to move yourself. Or this is one of the methods. You can move yourself to the place where you want to go. This is one of the methods that we are doing right now.
Yeah, and
for some people actually help that. If you are not able to let it go, which is the ultimate, which is the hardest, which is the only, it's really advanced, and it's not for everyone, of course, because sometimes you just need to move yourself from a place where you are.
so it kind of goes back to if you're not progressing, you're degressing. There's no.
If you're not growing, you are disintegrating, and it's
Yeah.
always like that.
Yeah.
So you never stay in the same place. So or you will go and you change, and change is really only constant. There is nothing else that we can experience except changing all the time. Or you can just disintegrate. There is no other way. So when you think, yeah, I'm not doing anything and I'm just like now here still, no, you're not. So obviously you're going backward.
Well, I have a lot of work to do.
Is that help?
Oop.
Is that actually help?
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, it goes, like I said, you know, if you're not progressing, you're degressing. There are things that, like I know, and that I've been taught over the years that can be applied to this. And so I think as we kind of continue to our talks, it just goes to these truths that we all learn growing up, but are a little bit deeper. Yeah.
It's everything about that knowing, doing that we can actually change and we can actually reprogram our subconscious mind. We have to. The only way to move yourself is by knowledge. It's by knowing. There
Yeah.
is no other way. There is no other way. Knowledge is secret to move yourself from the place where you are right now. The sequel is secret. But thank you for your question.
Yeah.
I hope that helped and that we will do actually this series.
Well, I'll continue to ask you more questions, and hopefully this helps more people too.
Thank you so much for your questions and see you in the next one. I hope that also helped some of you and stay tuned. See you in the next video.